Staggerson Jagz, internet atheist guy. You probably already know that. I am an atheist. That means I don't believe in any gods. And in fact, I do go so far as to say that I believe there are no gods. And I think I can back that up. You know, you can only make so many God claims that turn out to be verifiably untrue before I just start to think that all the God claims are probably untrue until I'm shown otherwise. That's enough evidence for me to bear my burden of proof, the claim there are no gods. Or at least explain why I believe there are no gods. Or at the very least, explain why I don't believe there are any. That being said, I've seen many otherwise normally healthy and perfectly productive conversation get shut down in its tracks by people just arguing over what the definition of atheism is. I find this unbelievably unproductive. It's silly. I mean, if that's the argument you want to have, if that's the argument you're interested in having, then by all means go ahead and have that argument. But it seems to me that isn't the conversation that most people are interested in having. They just refuse to accept anybody else's definition. What good is it to tell somebody else they're an atheist if that's not the label they want to use for themselves? Some people's understanding is that you've got three categories: atheist, agnostic, and theist. If those are the definitions they're choosing to use, then accept those definitions for them and have the conversation. Don't tell them they're something they're not and then have an hour-long argument or days-long argument over the label that you think they should put upon themselves. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not going to get you anywhere. At the end of that conversation, you're right back where you started, talking about whatever it is they do or don't believe in. I like to think that most of us are interested in having intelligent, productive discussions centered around these topics, tangential to atheism and skepticism, that sort of thing. Critical thinking, science, reasoning. But I see a lot of people wasting a lot of time telling each other what they should or shouldn't call themselves. It's silly. If you want to call yourself an atheist because you don't believe there are any gods, but you don't claim to believe that there are no gods, you say that right? Yeah. Then go ahead. I don't have a problem with that. And if you're more like me and are willing to take it a step further and argue why you don't believe there are gods, or why you believe there aren't, fuck's sake. Look, see what's happening? I'm fucking myself up with this stupid shit. It's dumb. Tell me what you do or don't believe. Tell me the claims you're making. If you're making claims, tell me why you're making them. I'm not demanding a burden of proof. That sounds very, very authoritarian. I'm asking you to explain to me why you do or don't believe the things you do or don't believe. Which is more or less what the burden of proof is, but it shouldn't feel like a burden, you know? It's not a burden for me to sit here and tell you why I am quite certain there are no gods. All the gods that have been described or explained can be traced to they're clearly fiction. I mean, we can historically go back and look at how fictional they fucking are. It's clear. They're all made up from earlier gods. I'm not going to go into that. That's not what I'm here. I'm just, these are my reasons for not believing. It's a cry wolf type situation. The last time that boy cries wolf in that story, those people actively held a belief that there was no wolf there. They were sure of themselves that there wasn't a wolf. And I'm not interested in getting bogged down in like 100% sureties or anything. When I say sure or certain, there's room for a little bit of doubt. But I'm as sure that there are no gods as I am that there are no fucking leprechauns. If somebody proved to me that there's leprechauns, I will have been wrong, and I will accept that. But I would be willing to bet large sums of money that nobody could produce a leprechaun in any given amount of time. You might be able to fake it. You might be able to create a pseudo-leprechaun, but that would be a faker-daker leprechaun. That wouldn't be a real leprechaun. That would be a made-up leprechaun. And if you want to change the definition of God to love, then we're not talking about the same fucking thing. That's why I always ask people what they mean by God when they ask me why I don't believe. Because I'm not sure what they mean. And if you're talking about some hypothetical thing that has no tangible effect on us, then why are we even fucking talking about it in the first place? But if you're talking about something that does have an effect, then that effect should be able to be measured. But all these faith healers and stuff aren't doing anything real. There's so many proved fakes out there. To me, in my mind, it's ridiculous for me to think that maybe any of this is grounded in some kind of reality somewhere. It really seems like you'd see it if it was. I'm willing to accept that there may be some entity out there in the universe that is so far beyond what we're capable of conceiving or accomplishing that we would consider it godlike. But that's not usually what people are talking about when they're talking about God. They're usually talking about Yahweh, the Father in heaven, creator of earth and all the beasts and creeping things and the fowl in the air and the, you know the one that doesn't fucking exist. That one. You want my proof against God? It's fucking the Bible. It's the goddamn Quran. It's the fact that people are making it up. Look around you and see all the people making shit up. You see that? It's because it's not fucking real. There would be some real shit, right? If any of it was real, you'd see some real shit. But you don't. You see a bunch of people with wishful thinking and hopes and dreams. You can't prove that God doesn't exist. I can prove that the shit in the Bible isn't fucking true. So what fucking God are you talking about? And if you're talking about some hypothetical, imaginary, fucking deistic thing that lives a billion light years away and we'll never see it or hear from it, then where did you even get the concept of that thing existing in the first place? Or did you just make that up? Thanks for joining me for my little rant about atheism. I hope some of this made sense or made you think. Maybe you'll shift your position a little bit. Maybe you won't. Maybe I'm a jackass. Tell me how wrong and dumb I am down in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and fucking share this video. Just share it. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Show me you care. You don't fucking care. You don't care. What am I talking about? Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Fuck.